Hello Primary 2, how are you? Welcome to this week Reading Arcade. Miss Ailin here speaking. Hello, Miss Cris. Miss Cris is going to read with me.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Okay, well, today we are going to read a story that is called Dear Mr. Blueberry. Now I'm going to show you the cover, but first I'll tell you that after reading the story, we are going to make an experiment that is related to one of the characters in the story. Okay, let me show you the cover first of our story. Let me show you okay. So, as I said, the story is called Dear Mr. Blueberry. The author is Simon James. What can you see in the cover? Look at the drawings. Look at the title. What does it look like? Dear Mr. Blueberry. Look at the drawing here that says Nantucket, Massachusetts, and the picture of a little girl that is writing. What do you think? The story is about what? We use this type of heading when we write letters. Do you remember? Dear friend, dear Miss Cris. Well, in this case, it's Dear Mr. Blueberry. So now we know that the story is about letter writing, maybe? Okay, so are you ready to start? Miss Cris, ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
So I hope you enjoyed the story. Here it goes. Dear Mr. Blueberry, I love whales very much, and I think I saw one in my pond today. Please send me some information on whales, as I think he might be hurt. Love, Ailin.
Dear Emily, here are some details about whales. I don't think you'll find it was a whale you saw, because whales don't live in ponds, but in salt water. Yours sincerely, your teacher, Mr. Blueberry.
Dear Mr. Blueberry, I am now putting salt into the pond every day before breakfast, and last night I saw my whale smile. I think he's feeling better. Do you think he might be lost? Love, Emily.
Dear Emily, please don't put any more salt in the pond. I'm sure your parents won't be pleased. I'm afraid there can't be a whale in your pond because whales don't get lost. They always know where they are in the oceans. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry.
What do you think? Do you think that Emily saw a real whale in the pond? Let's see. Dear Mr. Blueberry, tonight I'm very happy because I saw my whale jumped up and spurt lots of water. He looked blue. Does this mean he might be a blue whale? Love, Emily. Yes. What can I feed him with? Do you remember what do whales eat? We saw it some months ago. Maybe some of you remember.
Dear Emily, blue whales are blue and they eat tiny shrimp-like creatures that live in the sea. However, I must tell you that a blue whale is much too big to live in your pond. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry. P.S. Perhaps it is a blue goldfish?
Perhaps. No? Dear Mr. Blueberry, last night I read your letter to my whale. Afterward, he let me stroke his head. It was very exciting. I secretly took him some crunch-up cornflakes and breadcrumbs. This morning I looked in the pond and they were all gone. I think I shall call him Arthur. What do you think? Love, Emily.
Dear Emily, I must point out to you quite forcibly now that in no way could a whale live in your pond. You may not know that whales are migratory, which means they travel great distances each day. I am sorry to disappoint you. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry.
Poor Emily. Dear Mr. Blueberry, tonight I'm a little sad. Arthur has gone. I think your letter made sense to him, and he has decided to be migratory again. Love, Emily.
Dear Emily, please don't be too sad. It really was impossible for a whale to live in your pond. Perhaps when you are older, you would like to save the ocean studying and protecting whales. Yours sincerely, Mr. Blueberry.
Dear Mr. Blueberry, it's been the happiest day. I went to the beach, and you'll never guess, but I saw Arthur. I called to him, and he smiled. I knew it was Arthur because he let me stroke his head. I gave him some of my sandwich, and then we said goodbye. I shouted that I loved him very much, and I hope you don't mind. I said you loved him too. Love, Emily and Arthur. The end. Did you like the story? Did you like it, Miss
It was
Cris?
a beautiful, beautiful story.
And it has a very positive message. I mean, maybe it was Emily's imagination, or maybe it was real. We don't know. Can whales live in a pond? Let's see. I don't know. Okay, well, I hope you liked the story very much. Let me show you now the materials that we'll need. It's a very simple experiment. Like in all experiments, we are going to answer some questions. In this case, we are going to answer these two questions. How whales stay warm in freezing water? We know that whales live in the ocean, that's their habitat, and oceans are very cold in some parts of the world. So how whales stay warm in freezing water, how they survive in temperatures below freezing, we'll need for the experiment ice cubes, 1 tray, cold water, 2 or 3 cups, a bowl or a container, soft shortening or butter, 1 tablespoon. Do you know what is shortening? Do you know the Spanish word for shortening? Do you know it?
Is it that picture that you are showing there?
Yes, it's the picture here in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like butter.
Yes. And what does it mean? Can you tell me the word in Spanish just to take a
Yes,
short knowledge?
shortening means grasa vacuna. It could be vacuna or vegetal, but we are going to use grasa animal. Okay? That's
For example,
shortening.
I'm sorry, if I don't have shortening or butter, can I use oil?
No, it has to be soft, but kind of solid. Okay, so
Okay.
oil is a liquid. We can't use it. It won't work.
Okay.
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 And also you need paper towels and a watch or a cell phone timer to measure time. Okay?
Okay,
So,
I will measure time.
Great, thank you. And now I'm going to look for the materials. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, well, here I have the materials to make the experiment. The experiment is called the blubber experiment. Do you know what a blubber is? We are going to know the meaning of this after the experiment. Yes, so it's like a mystery now. Okay, so let me show you the ingredients, but first, let me remind you that as we are working with liquids and with oily material, we have to be careful with the computer, the cell phone, the tablet, okay? So if you're working around these technological elements, devices, please be careful, okay? Yes? And if you have someone in the family, maybe mom, dad, brother, or sister, that can measure time, yes, like in this case, Miss Cris will do it, please invite them, yes? You can do the experiment whenever you want. Okay, so here I have the paper towels, yes? Have them on hand. Let me move the camera for you to see the rest of the materials. Here I have the water, very cold water, and one tray of ice cubes, okay? So they are all in here. This is the representation of the habitat where whales live, okay, the ocean. And here I have the shortening. Can you see there? It's soft, okay? So please have it outside the fridge at least 3 to 4 hours, or you can put it in the microwave. Just 1 minute, okay? You need it soft, not liquid. Okay, well, let's do the following. I'm going to put my bare hand, to submerge the hand in the water without the shortening, okay? The bare hand, and Miss Cris will measure the time, okay? Are you ready, Miss Cris? Very good. So, let's see. When you feel pain, when you feel uncomfortable, you have to get the hand out, okay? Yes? Okay, ready, Miss Cris? Okay. Oh, it's freezing. It's very, very cold. So my hand represents the humans, okay? Not the animals. The animals, all the animals that live on land, not in the ocean. It's freezing cold. I'm starting to feel pain. My fingers are like turning purple. That's not a very good sign, okay? So that's it. I can't hold it anymore. How was it?
41.
41 seconds, okay, without protection.
Maybe we should tell children that they don't have to stay so long.
No, because I'm an adult, okay? Maybe they can hold it for like 20 or 30 seconds, it's okay.
Or maybe just try that it's cold, try, and that's it.
You have to feel that it's very cold, okay? You have to feel the temperature of the water, yes?
But they always have to
measure the time,
the time to check.
Yes, okay. Now I'm going to cover just one of my fingers with shortening. You can cover more than one, but for time's sake, I'm going to cover just one. Yes. You have to model the shortening like if it was clay. Okay. Just imagine that it's or Play-Doh. Could be Play-Doh as well. So can you see? I'm covering the finger with this oily material. Yes, you can use butter as well. Let me do something neat. Yes. Okay. Look at it. Can you see? My finger is covered with shortening. Okay. So ready? I'm going to submerge again this finger, and let's see what do we feel. Okay, ready now? Okay, I don't know you, but I don't feel the cold. I feel it warm. So maybe the shortening is protecting the skin. What do you think? Let's see if I can hold it for more than 40 seconds. So far, so good. How are you feeling? So far,
Look,
I feel
42,
warm.
43,
No
45,
change, eh? No change in my fingers. They are pink, not purple. I feel great. Yes. I can't feel the cold. Wow, 1 minute. And I can stay here like 1 more minute. So, what do you think? What do you think that it's the blubber, Miss Cris?
Is it related to the protection that you produced using the shortening?
Yes, very good. Okay, the blubber, the finger is still in the water and I can feel anything, okay? I'm going to get it out, but just to show you. The blubber is that thick, fat layer that some animals have underneath the skin, okay? Some animals like whales, seals, walrus, polar bears, they need an extra protection because they live in very cold places, in the ocean or in the Arctic, yes? So they need like an extra coat, yes, to bear the freezing temperatures. So what this experiment shows is that blubber that protects these sea animals. Did you like the experiment?
It was very interesting, Miss Ailin.
Yes, and we learned one more thing about animals. Okay?
Of course, this is something natural.
Yes, of course, something that is in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, Miss Cris. Yes.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, you're welcome. Well, remember that you can watch the video whenever you want. You can read the story first and then do the experiment with materials that you have at home. So see you next time and send you a big kiss. I love you. Bye. Bye-bye.